Over the past year, social media and social gaming platforms have begun rolling out new parental controls, new teen safety measures, age gating, and verification tools, usually with a polished press release that emphasizes how much they care about kids and how child safety is their top priority. Is this positive progress or is this damage control? I'm Kelly Newcomb with Brave Parenting, and this is a Brave Briefing, a technology and cultural update for Christian parents. YouTube's new parental controls allows parents to set the amount of time their child spends scrolling YouTube Shorts. Snapchat just released expanded screen time management tools. Roblox implemented facial ID and stricter age gating for in-game communication. Meta has paused teen access to AI companions. TikTok is rolling out age assurance measures aimed at restricting users under 13 across Europe. Instagram is even testing out replacing the term following with friends. Well, on the surface, these seem promising. It feels like maybe they do actually care about kids. Maybe they're going to change. But we have to step back and recognize that these changes, these new parental controls, aren't happening in a vacuum. They are emerging from massive global pressure from countries like Australia, which bans social media under the age of 16, from Europe, who is prepped to pass similar legislation, and from U.S. lawmakers, researchers, teachers, parents, and the courts. In California, a major civil lawsuit against tech addiction is moving forward, implicating the parent companies of Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The allegation is that the design of these platforms is what's harmful and addictive, that the problem is much deeper than just the content that is seen. And now, suddenly, we have a plethora of teen safety measures rolling out. Instagram team accounts, YouTube short time limits, Snapchat parental insight, and all of these positive PR campaigns to express to parents and the public that they do care. They've always cared about children. But let's be real. These parental controls are not easy to implement. It takes even tech-savvy parents hours to try and set these parental controls up to actually work. And honestly, that's not the worst of it. It's the shifting of responsibility that big tech makes when they release new parental control settings and then they tell parents, you are firmly in control of how your children spend time on our app. As if time limits can override their addictive design. As if turning these controls on won't lead to a contentious battle between parents and children. You see, none of these new parental controls actually change the design. Some, limit time. Others apparently filter content to be PG-13 instead of R-rated or X-rated, but none of them change the way these apps draw kids in to scrolling, comparing, coveting, judging, obsessing, self-creating, and then recreating, curating, seeking fame, and establishing a worth on performance. For far too long, big tech has been able to prioritize profits over people's well-being based on this addictive design. And the result has been near moral collapse of our young society. This is what happened also in the time of Judges, when scripture describes everyone did what was right in their own eyes. For Israel, now the collapse of society, it didn't come from war or battles. It came from unregulated personal autonomy. Everyone was able to do whatever they wanted. No structure, no rules, which is kind of what we have today. Whether you want to spread lies about someone online, if you want to play video games for 16 hours a day, if you want to sell your body on OnlyFans, or antagonize strangers while secretly filming them with Meta smart glasses, or make your personal hygiene content for others to consume. Everyone is doing what seems right in their own eyes. And it's not as if we don't know it's a problem. We do know that. And the contribution that online social platforms makes here is that it's training the heart. It's reordering the affections and normalizing disordered desires in children. And much of this happens because of the design, because of the environment that they're trained in works against human flourishing. The result, as we've seen, is just confusion. When young people are left to self-define truth, to create their own identity, and to define their worth in an environment without boundaries and guidance, the result is disorder. So are these new parental controls going to do anything to curb this chaos and disorder? Will they meaningfully reduce harm? Well, while parents shouldn't disregard these new parental controls altogether, they shouldn't be mistaken for genuine care and child protection either. The good news is that you do have a choice to do what is right in God's eyes. No one can force your family to conform to social platforms. At least not yet, thankfully. You can be transformed by the renewing of your mind rather than by being transformed by design features meant to enslave you. Now, is it easy? No, right? Resisting the world's pull to conform you is never easy. Whether you have kids or you don't have kids, regardless of how hard it might be, we must remember as Christian parents that we are fighting with the strength and power that raised Christ from the dead. And that power and strength is greater than any design feature or algorithm. Okay, friends, that is your Brave Briefing for today. If you have any questions, reach out. Share this with a friend. And until next time, go and be brave.